Hey class, so in this video I'm going to go over submitting our project 2, the audio project on Open Lab and Brightspace. So in the previous video we finished mixing and layering our audio and exporting the final edit, and so now we've got everything we need to make our submission. I'm going to scroll up and we're going to go to the audio section and just take a quick look at our project submission requirements. So we're going to post the AUP3 file on, oh, that says Blackboard. Let me update that real quick. All right, so I updated this to Brightspace. Let me make myself smaller too. So you're going to post your AUP3 file on Brightspace. We used to zip everything together because the source files weren't included in the AUP file, but now they're all in there. But if you want to zip everything together, you can do that as well. We'll probably have to do that for some of our other projects. The completed AIF, WAV, MP3, or OGG file. For us, let's just use an MP3. That's going to be fine along with the AUP3. An Open Lab post with the audio file and documentation, including a short statement. And here's our project statement. So the title of the project, the semester and year created, which is spring 2025, software that you used, and a 3 to 4 sentence description about your process, both the creative and the technical, just like last time. And then for any audio that we didn't make ourselves, we're going to use a citation. And I have a little citation example right here that we're going to follow. So let's open this up in a separate window, and we'll line all this stuff up. I've also got the links to the tracks that I used in my project. We've got everything we need to make our post. So I'm going to go back here and just click on the plus button. Excuse me. I'm going to open this in a new tab, so I'll hit Control. You can do that with Command on Mac. And so let's add the category. So this is our audio project, and that's it. It's not a weekly blog post. It's just the audio project. And here you can put the name of your project or my audio project. So I'll put my audio final edit. And here we're just going to add the final edit of audio. So I've got it open in my file explorer here. I'm just going to drag it right in there. After that, you can add your project statement. So the project title, for me, I'll just do the MMP 100 podcast intro. Remember, the premise is portrait of a place. You don't have to do a podcast. That's just the premise I'm using for the demo. This is spring 2025 and edited with Audacity. Okay, so then a quick description. Yours should be 3 to 4 sentences. I'm just going to do a couple. So I'll say I used Audacity to edit a sample intro for my podcast. I used the noise gate and EQ to clean up audio recording, and I layered in some background music and a modem sound effect. Dial up modem sound effect. So just give us a little bit of a description of what you did and what your inspiration was and anything else you think would be interesting to include here. And then we need to do our sound citations. So I'm going to say sounds used, and then we're just going to follow the example here. So the name of the track, the user, the license, the website, when it was posted, and then a link to the sound. So here's our song. This is called Funny Stuff RF. We'll just copy that and put that in quotation marks. And it's a header, so one thing that might be useful, if I hit Control-Shift-Z, Control-Shift-V, it'll just paste the contents of the text, so you don't have to reformat it, and you could do that with Command-Shift-V on Apple. So funny stuff by, And the name I can see right here is Legacy Ali, or Ali. So I'll copy that and paste that. And that has a link, so I'll just leave that, that's fine. And then the license is Attribution 4.0 International License. So I'll just copy this and paste it here. And that already has a link, so that's great. We'll just use that. And then we need the date that it was posted. Let's see if we can find that. Okay, released February 1st, 2025. This is actually very recent. So I'll copy and paste that. And the name of the website is Free Music Archive. So I'll just write that out. And then I'll finish up with just a link to this resource. So now I'm going to do the same thing for my sound effect that I used. So I'm going to copy this title and paste that in there. And this is by Termini. Put that there. And their license that they used was Creative Commons 0. So I'll copy that. And the website is freesound.org. And finally, just a link here. So now I've got everything for my citations. I've got my audio. So my Open Lab post is done. I'm going to click publish and publish this. And once that's done, we can go over to Brightspace and upload our final project. So I'm going to copy this link and go over to Brightspace. So for this project, we're going to have to scroll down a bit till we find our audio project. So I'll click on there. And double check the rubric, so make sure you have everything, your audio composition, the Audacity file, blog post, documentation, writing, and link. And so we'll add our AUP3 file. So again, for this one, we just need the AUP3 file because they actually put all of the sounds that we used into the file. That's why there's no preview. That's why the file is pretty large. So we're gonna open that, and that'll take a second to upload. And so it's 60 megabytes. It's pretty big. It's obviously bigger than the MP3 that gets exported. If your file is like a gigabyte, that's probably too big, but as long as you can upload it, that's fine. But if you have any issues with file size, let me know and we can troubleshoot. I'm gonna add that and then just paste in my Open Lab link, and I'm ready to submit. So I'll click submit here. And that'll kind of wrap things up for our audio project. The next project that we're gonna be working on after this is our animation project. So if you're an animation major, you might be excited to get started with this. If you're not, you'll probably still have fun because it's a lot of fun to do animation, although it is a little more time consuming. But we'll start out just making a basic animated GIF in Adobe Animate, and then we'll learn a couple more techniques with tweens, and we'll learn how to do a storyboard, and then we'll do a final animation. So that's what we've got coming up next. Let me know if you guys have any questions. If you have any issues with your audio project, just send me an email and we can set up a time to meet in office hours. All right, well, I look forward to hearing these audio projects.